What if I told you that everything you once believed about yourself, the world, and even reality itself was an illusion? That the moment you awaken, something inside you shatters and nothing is ever the same again? At first, it feels liberating. Like you've broken free from an invisible cage you never even knew you were trapped in. You see the world differently. You feel things more deeply. And for the first time, you begin to understand what it means to truly be awake. But here's the part no one warns you about: awakening doesn't just change how you think. It changes everything. Your reality, your body, your relationships, even your connection to time itself, all begin to shift in ways that feel utterly unexplainable. These are the 5 strangest transformations that happen after a spiritual awakening. And once they begin, there's no turning back. 1. Reality feels fake. Imagine waking up from a dream so vivid that, for a moment, you're not sure which world is real. That's what a deep spiritual awakening feels like. Colors seem brighter, more alive. Sounds become sharper, almost overwhelming. Time feels slower, or sometimes non-existent. You might start noticing how repetitive and programmed society feels, people rushing through their days, obsessed with money, routine, and distractions. It's like watching a simulation. This isn't just in your head. Many ancient spiritual teachings, from Hinduism to Buddhism, describe Maya, the illusion of reality. Some call it the matrix effect, the moment you realize that what you once accepted as absolute truth is just a set of conditioned beliefs. At first, it's disorienting. You question everything. Why are we here? Who am I, really? But soon you realize this shift isn't about detaching from reality. It's about seeing through it and understanding your place within it. 2. People start acting different around you. This is one of the most unsettling transformations. The people in your life, the ones you've known for years, start treating you differently. Some will pull away for no apparent reason. Others will be magnetically drawn to you, as if sensing a shift in your energy. A few may even resent you without understanding why. Why does this happen? Because awakening changes your frequency. You no longer operate on the same wavelength as before. Those who resonated with your past energy might feel uncomfortable around the new you. You might notice old friendships fade without conflict, just a quiet drifting apart. Strangers open up to you as if they've known you forever. Some people seem defensive or irritated around you, sensing that you now see through their masks. This is a painful but necessary stage of transformation. The people who no longer align with your energy will fall away, and new, more aligned connections will take their place. 3. Sleep patterns get weird, or you stop sleeping as much. Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, feeling like something unseen is calling you? Many awakened individuals report waking up between 2 a.m. 4 a.m., a time linked to spiritual activity and higher consciousness. Others start experiencing vivid prophetic dreams or even astral projections. Some need less sleep altogether, as if their body is running on a new kind of energy. Why does this happen? Because spiritual awakening heightens your awareness. Your brain starts operating at a higher frequency, making it harder to shut down at night. In many cultures, the hours between 2 a.m., 4 a.m. are considered the veil hours, when the connection between the spiritual and physical worlds is strongest. Some believe this is when messages, downloads, or insights from higher realms come through. So if you find yourself awake at these odd hours, pay attention. The universe might be trying to tell you something. 4. The desire to be alone becomes overwhelming. Here's a truth no one tells you about awakening. It can feel isolating. Suddenly, socializing feels exhausting. Small talk feels meaningless. You crave silence, nature, introspection. This happens because you're becoming more sensitive to energy and emotions. You no longer resonate with surface-level conversation. Your inner world is expanding, making external distractions feel overwhelming. But solitude isn't loneliness. It's the process of reconnecting with your true self. Many ancient mystics, philosophers, and spiritual seekers, including Buddha and Jesus, spent years in solitude before reaching enlightenment. Why? because self-discovery happens in stillness. If you're going through this phase, don't fight it. The quiet is where the transformation happens. 5. The synchronicities start and they get freaky. Have you ever thought of someone and they suddenly called? Or kept seeing the same number 1111, 333, 777 everywhere? Welcome to the world of synchronicities. Repeating numbers, angel numbers, appear constantly. Random strangers say exactly what you needed to hear. The right book, video, or opportunity appears at the perfect moment. This is no coincidence. When you awaken, your connection to the universe strengthens. The external world starts reflecting your inner shift. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, called this synchronicity the meaningful connection between seemingly unrelated events. It's the universe's way of confirming. You're on the right path. You're aligned with your purpose. You're becoming aware of reality's deeper patterns. At first, it might feel weird, even eerie. But the more you notice them, the more you realize you were never alone. The universe has been guiding you all along. Here's the truth. Awakening isn't just about feeling enlightened. It's about dissolving illusions about yourself, the world, and reality itself, the hidden cost of awakening. But here's something most people don't talk about. Awakening isn't just about gaining wisdom, it's also about loss. The loss of who you once were. The loss of old beliefs that once gave you comfort. The loss of relationships that no longer fit the new version of you. It's like shedding an old skin. Painful but necessary. Many people assume that a spiritual awakening brings only peace and enlightenment, but the reality is much more complicated. The deeper your awareness grows, the more you start questioning everything. What if my entire life was built on false assumptions? What if I've been chasing the wrong thing? Who am I when I strip away all my past identities? These questions can lead to what some call the dark night of the soul, a period of deep emotional, psychological, and even existential crisis. It feels like a death, but in reality, it's a rebirth. If you're going through this, you're not alone. Every awakened soul walks through the fire of transformation before emerging stronger. The rebuilding phase, finding meaning again. Once the old beliefs crumble, something miraculous happens. A new foundation begins to form. You no longer seek external validation because you've discovered that truth comes from within. You stop chasing empty desires because you realize fulfillment doesn't come from possessions, but from purpose. You begin to trust the flow of life, knowing that everything happens for a reason, even the struggles. And most importantly, you start to live authentically. You speak your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. You choose your own path, even when others don't understand. You embrace your intuition, even when logic says otherwise. Because now, you see beyond the illusion. Here's the secret most people don't realize: awakening never truly ends. It's not a single moment of realization. It's an ongoing process. Layers upon layers of deeper truths revealing themselves over time. Today, you might be questioning reality. Tomorrow, you might be unlocking hidden talents. A year from now, you might be teaching others what you've learned. And just when you think you've reached the peak, another door opens. That's the beauty of this journey. There's always more to discover. Final call to action, your next step in this journey. If you've resonated with these signs, you're already on the path. And you're not alone. But now, it's time to take the next step. Comment below and let's talk about your experience. Have you noticed any of these shifts in your own life? What was the strangest change you experienced after awakening? Or are you still in the middle of your transformation? Let's start a conversation. Because when awakened minds come together, the real magic begins. Your journey is just beginning. Are you ready?